Welcome to the Nexus. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. Central, and it's time to take a look at the Torah and really all things biblical, and for that matter. And I'm James, the Idol Smasher, and this is our weekly little hangout where we take time. There's John G over here, my man Yochanan. We got Rosalie joining us as well.
Hello.
So thank you. Shalom, y'all. I appreciate you being here.
Shalom.
You know, the trans community and the LGBTQ plus communities got like 9 months and 5 days and a week in each month or something of visibility day or so. A lot of people were saying a big thing, Fox News and whatnot, that sort of, and we're saying like, well, veterans only get 2 days and that's it. Not true. This month, the month of May, here in the U.S. of A, is National Military Appreciation Month. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Sky Force, National Guard.
Space,
So
Space
it's a month of visibility for people who risk something. So and Rosalie, thank you for your service as well.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So while we're on it, let's just get the bit. Huh?
Ongoing, and as long as they keep me, I will keep doing it.
Let me get the banner off of here because it's about time for. I'm just going to get right into it. Meme of the week. Let's do meme of the week. All right, we got some good ones here. We got a month. Well, this is one of my all-time favorites. I just kind of had to bring up. It's pusher meme, but it's a good positive message. You have to have a good attitude in the world.
That's right.
And that's certainly one way of doing it. So there's that one. Then the follow up here, the runner up for this.
Yes. I like that one too.
It's an old hag that just needs to go away. But this week's number one and sad but true, y'all. Number one meme of the week. Kafaya on an American college campus is like a hipster swastika. Amen. When you're calling for the death of America and the death of Jews, yeah. I've been watching, and you got to watch the opposition, and I do. And it really goes from and when it comes to misunderstanding, you've got the Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder, who's with Israel on principle, but they have to remind people that they don't believe that we should be sending money to other people. We don't really send them money. They buy our weapons exclusively and improve on them. Okay, there's a actual business relationship with America, but that's the guy. And then you've got your Brianna Joy Gray. If you haven't seen this wonder of the human species, you should watch The Hill Rising sometime. And she's with Robbie, who is one of the more.
I like the combination. They got a good. They I don't know. I kind of like the lemon lime, the cookies and cream type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I guess,
But she goes.
She's following
every
she hands
topic
it up
with
a lot.
Israel. She goes ape. I mean, she's like, she might as well foam at the mouth and do fish flops on the air. She flails in her anything. I mean, I think she mentions genocide, apartheid, and open air prison at least 6 times a broadcast. She'll find ways to bring that topic into places it has no reason to be there, just so she can bring up and say the word genocide. I don't know if I've said this. There's no genocide over there.
Yeah, she likes to use those words. Oppression.
They're not going after Arab Muslims. They're not going after Arab Muslims. Arab Muslims live in Israel. They fight in the IDF. They're not going after the Jordanians who are Arab Muslim. They're not going after Lebanese for being Arab Muslim. They're not going after the people in Gaza for being Arab Muslim. People in Gaza want the Jews to die, and the Jews are sick of it. Simple as that. So I just noticed then there's in the middle. Okay, so we've got your Steven Crowder over here, who I would call a Zionist. I really would. And we got your Brianna Joy Grays over here, and then we got your Tim Pools, who this week, was talking about the conflict, the war, and everything about it, and says, I just don't really care. It's not my country. I'm not gonna take sides. It just sounds like a pussified thing to say, Temple. Come on. I think it's
No,
because the editor of
I think that's a reasonable position to take. I mean, and then you got Biden here. Biden, I don't know if you heard, but Biden says he's going to take in the Palestinian refugees, all the people that are displaced. He wants
The
to bring them here.
hostages.
So you're saying, okay, Israel is wiping these people out of the first of the map because they're the most evil people that ever existed. They got to go. But yet that now you want to bring them here? I don't get the logic on that. I mean, if they're so dangerous, then why would you want to bring them? What are you going to do? Move them? Put them in Queens next to Jews so they can bring the racial shit here now, and we're going to have a holy war in the United States? I'm with Dimple. I mean, it's like I hope they kill each other. Personally, I'm so sick. I'm so sick of it. I really am. It's like every 10 years. Okay, Israel does something to Palestine. Palestine does something to Israel. It's like back and forth. Get it over with already. Get it over with already. Either Israel just do what they claim that they're doing, exterminate and commit genocide against Palestine. Get it over with. Build a new Tel Aviv in Gaza like you want to do. They're already building. I don't know if you know, they're already building settlements in Gaza for Israelis. So the dead bodies are not even cold yet. So it doesn't help the look on like Israel being innocent when the bodies aren't even cold and they're already building for. I'm just saying, as much as Zionism is going on here, it's like we would call that optics, bad optics. Or the Muslims just get rid of the Jews and take back the country. I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of hearing about it. So I sympathize with Tim Pool is what I'm saying, James.
Oh, I understand. He's just his editor is a. See, this is the topic of today is when you criticize Israel and then it becomes death to the Jews, death to America. You know what I mean? Oh, we didn't react to Black Lives Matter this way. So I don't remember Black Lives Matter chanting death to America. I really don't. I don't remember Black Lives Matter chanting.
Well, they were only burning down America and causing trillions of dollars of property damage, killing cops, killing white people, beating up white people while they're walking on the street, killing them. What do you mean?
Well, they want to take over America.
Verbally,
they weren't. It wasn't a religious, kill them. Yeah, it was bad. And during COVID, which didn't help. But the Michael Browns, it's the same thing they did. And they do it every 4 years. This is a Marxist bit. The same crap they sold Black Lives Matter, they're selling to these new kids. The difference is now it's like there wasn't a genocidal call out of BLM. It was they wanted to subjugate black people or white people who weren't woke or would not kiss the foot of a black man on the street. But there wasn't a call to just wipe them out. Antifa didn't want to wipe out anybody. Now with this crowd, it's just going a little far. And Congress, holy freaking sheep shit. Did you hear about this? They're pretty much going to make it illegal to talk smack on Jews.
It's right here in the same comment, James.
They literally wrote a bill saying that you cannot say that Jews control the world and Jews control the government. That's like literal lines in the bill. You can't say Jews control your government as Jews are controlling your government. You can't say that.
Christians can't say they killed Jesus.
Netanyahu on TV saying,
"That's
what
good
is
too.
America doing?" Bibi Netanyahu's on TV saying Biden should go in and start rounding people up and arresting people. Who the hell is he to tell Biden what to do?
Well, considering everybody wants to tell them how to live, I thought it was funny when he said it. I didn't take him seriously. I really didn't. When he said that, it's like because everybody else is telling them how to run their war, and every little wrong thing that might go wrong in a freaking war. See, it's great about having all my grandparents dead now because there's nobody alive to tell them what a war is like. They think they just so
right.
Anyway, it's when you're calling for death to America. I mean, and when you go in these campuses now, you're starting to see hammers and sickles, and they're starting to be entitled now. The head of Columbia wanted food to be shipped in and water to be shipped in, even though 90% of them there aren't even students. founded by
Yeah,
the government of
they
Qatar.
locked
We've got the
themselves in
Rockefeller money. We've
administration
got
building.
Soros money. What's that?
They locked themselves in an administration building and then demanded that they bring them food. Well, you can't lock yourself in a building as a protest and then demand them to feed you. I mean, that don't make no sense. You leave the building and go to Burger King and get a burger then
Get a burger.
if you want to get food.
Make sure you get your sauce for your fries. I don't know. I'm just.
It's a messed up world, but James. But anyway, what's today's weekly Parsha and what's the top? What's the weekly Parsha of the week?
Well, Parsha's
Acharei.
easy here because I got a lot more to say on old Timmy, and some broadcasts has been going out and some events in the news. But Acharei.
At least let the viewers know what Torah portion we're on for the week.
Acharei. This is we're going to start at. Oops, I got it open to the 6th portion. Hang on just a moment. This
I got it
week's
on the bottom of the private
portion
chat.
is Leviticus 16, beginning on verse 1, and it goes through 18. Is that 18?
1830.
1830. Okay. So we
Amos 7 through 15 is the half Torah.
You've got offerings. You've got basically what Aaron had to do after his sons were dead. There's certain procedure that had to be done to a couple of sin offerings, and it's really, it talks about you and the sojourner within you.
And the sons didn't necessarily die, by the way.
Right.
The sons didn't necessarily die. They were consumed by the all-consuming fire.
Right. What was it, Rosalie?
And you got the 2 goats, the scapegoat, the one for the Lord and one for Azazel.
Mm-hmm. But the second part's where I think it gets interesting. Or actually the second part, it's Parshas do that sometimes. They'll start you one place, take you another. Okay, in chapter 18. Like the practice of the land of Egypt in which you dwelled, you shall not do. Like the practice of the land of Canaan, to which I'm bringing you, you shall not do, and you shall not follow their statutes. And he gets into basically a long list of illicit sexual behavior. I'll give you an idea of where it goes. And this is it. You shall not come near to any. No man shall come near to any of his close relatives to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father or the nakedness of your mother. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. When Ham uncovered his father's nakedness, this verse right here, the father, uncovering the nakedness of your father's wife is uncovering your father's nakedness. That's where Ham's head was. Hamites are the ones who built Egypt. I just thought that was interesting.
So
the nakedness of your sisters.
Little hanky-panky going on in the tent is what you're saying.
Something. But it's in the Torah. It's right here. The nakedness of your sister, the nakedness of your son's daughter, the nakedness of your daughter of your father's wife, born to your father, she is your sister. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother, or come near his wife. She is your aunt. Everyone's like, well, is it incest? And yeah, we can. Yeah. I'd take her because she's pretty. Yeah. I know the jokes, but all too often this happens. But it's do not uncover the nakedness as if to come close to her. Do not come close to as if to uncover the nakedness. And it goes on. We've already mentioned adultery in the 10 Commandments, and this is still a beef of mine. I work with a lot of kids, 20, and some of them in coming out of high school. And when I work with younger kids, and just to hear the stories, they just don't get it. And it's this hits close to me for reasons, and You just don't do it. Do not become defiled. Do not defile yourself by these things, for the nation I bring you is sinning. For the nations whom I am sending you away from before you have defiled themselves with all these things. It's kind of like, out in the country, people tend to be a little more reserved, and out in the city, you've got all kinds of bars and red light districts and all that good stuff. So when you get kind of in that, that Babylonian kind of pseudo-Egyptian citadel setting, it's a lot easier to get more of this.
Why do you think the connection is that God makes that? Excuse me. When the God makes the connection with the land of Canaan with sexual immorality, why you think God makes that connection?
Not to be like Sodom and Gomorrah.
I don't know the connection.
Yeah, I guess Sodom and Gomorrah would be
he
like
said Egypt too. He mentioned Egypt would, who and they survived. They unlike Sodom and
didn't you
Gomorrah.
just say, because it's interesting what you just said. It says, "Do not do the practices to the people that I'm bringing you to," right? Something like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Drive them out of the land.
We talk about the other gods too, because that's mentioned. He says, don't pass your child through Moloch here in the Parsha. When it comes to your children, with no animals shall you cohabit.
Kind of like passing your child off to Hamas or something, right?
Right. Well, I already told a bad Hamas joke in the wrong setting this week. I'm not going to go there.
Okay, good.
What's the connection?
Let's back up to chapter 17. Let's back up to 17, because this one just pisses me off to no end. We're going to go to 17.
18? Chapter 18, 17?
No, okay. Chapter 17. Oh. And we're going to do 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, verses 10, 11, and 12.
Okay. 10. Any man of the house of Israel. By the way, there's a link in the description. We're at Chabad.com, or excuse me, Chabad.org, which you can link to in the description if you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble as well. Any man of the house of Israel or of the strangers that sojourn among them who eats any blood, I will set my attention upon the soul who eats the blood, and I will cut him off from among his people. For the soul of the flesh is in the blood, and I have therefore given it to you to be placed upon the altar, to atone for your souls, for it is the blood that atones for the soul. Therefore I said to the children of Israel, none of you shall eat blood, and the stranger who sojourns among you shall not eat blood.
Thank you. Hey, Christian.
So you can't have the steak. So you're saying that when I order my steak, have it well done?
No. That's different.
That's different. That's not blood. That's marrow.
There's there was that's not blood.
What we're saying is that the Jews never did go after little Christian babies to grind up their bones and to eat their blood. They never did that, Catholics. Damn Romans. They still do not do that.
Bloody
idiots.
Romans.
Bloody Catholics. Yeah. Considering all three of us are come from that denomination in one form or another. And, it's like, no. And like I said, well, the Jews killed Jesus. Well, guess what, you idiots? Jesus was a Jew. Oh, my God. Let the people deal with their own people. Yeah, I'm going to eat his body and I'm going to eat his blood. Yeah, you're going to hell. That's where you're going on more than one account. Reread all that right there. 3. We just pointed it out. It is biblical. There it is.
Yeah, JC should have known better.
JC did know better, but the rest of them don't. That's what makes him an idol. The people who believe in him, idolatrous.
That's debatable.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I was in a debate. I'm actually in a debate at Kosher Means with the same thing. It's like I kind of lean with the Rambam, who says that while it is idolatrous, they do not deny the God of Israel. In fact, they believe, they worship him. So it's Shituf. And yet there are others who say, no, it's Avodah Zorah completely. even with the God of Israel included. I would disagree. I'm more with the Rambam on this one. Because there are a lot of Christians who do read their Bible and do the best they can. But I got to be careful not to, especially in a setting like online. I don't want to trash the Christian. I'm not out to trash the Christian. I'm going to rib you a little bit, yeah, because when you read the Bible and then you read what you do, and you can't, I'll rib you a little bit, but I'm not going to insult. Shoot, there was a counter protest finally. I think it was at Columbia, and they came on the pro-Hamas people, and they were Jews and Christians standing side by side against Hamas protesters in America. So ain't that bad. I know I got some folks watching. I've invited them on here. We'll see. And they're real easy. And I'm like, don't trash the Christians, folks. The group was like, we might be the first thing that, makes them open their eyes, or they might look at the Torah differently, or might see something we say, so try not to be so mean. But yeah, don't eat blood. I was going to say something. I don't remember now. Because
don't eat bodies either. It's called cannibalism.
Let's see.
Not being mean. We're pointing it out.
No,
we're chastising them like we're supposed to.
I got to tell you a story, because I think Israel's having a smart pill moment. Okay. There's a city slicker driving down a country road, and he comes upon a long driveway going up to a farmhouse. At the end of the driveway, he sees a sign that says "Smart Pills, $5." A big arrow, hand-painted sign. So city slicker goes up the long driveway and parks his car, a nice big long, Mercedes, and the farmer comes out and says, I guess you saw my sign for the Smart Pills. And he says, that's right. And he goes, I got some back in here. And he goes back in the barn and pulls out a jar of these little black pills and unscrews the jar and hands it to him. The guy takes them out. He says, eat a few of them. Go right ahead. And he eats them. He starts taking them. He spits it out and notices that there's petals of it all over the ground. He says, oh my God, is this goat shit? This is goat shit. And the farmer says, see, you're smarter already.
Mm-hmm.
I think American Jews are having their smart pill moment, particularly like, Ben Shapiro, our Alan Dershowitz, Mia Bialik, all your pals that you want to decide with. It's always been political and you're pushing your bullshit. I get it. Israel doesn't want to execute gays. That's fine. But when you're over here pushing your child stuff, I think you guys are starting to get where you're coming from and what you've been supporting a lot while you've been in our country for this little time you've been here. I think you're getting your smart pill moment now, aren't you? You really can't trust it. You can't trust government. You can't trust anybody. And when Barbara Streisand says stupid shit like, if Trump gets reelected, I'm leaving the country. Well, I bet you $10 freaking you're not going to Israel, are you? Where you freaking belong.
There's Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, is she Jewish?
Neither none of them.
Is she Jewish?
Barbara Streisand, yeah.
Goldberg, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought she used the name. Oh, well.
Barbara Streisand and David Dustin.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Are they going to Israel? Is that where they're going to go if Trump gets elected? So I think the Jews are having their smart pill moment. Now, it's a terrible analogy, but they're waking up. It's about time. And I don't like war. I like Hamas to surrender, but they don't want to surrender. All right, it's war and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be done. No more BS. Just get it done. Like John was saying, just enough. Even Trump was like a month and a half ago. It's like, you guys need to win it. You need to get it done. And everyone's like, oh, Trump was slammed. It's like, no, Trump was like, get her freaking done. People are tired of it. The thing's the size of Washington, D.C. Of course, nobody wants to follow the idol smasher, non-Torah based, but sincerely believed strategy of napalm. They're all up there on the beach, frolicking on the beach while the rest of them are getting bombed. No, napalm those people. They're not human. Stop looking at them as human beings. They're not. The only thing they care for is teaching their children how to kill their neighbors. They don't even have to be Jews. They don't even have to be Jews. I know they got personal stuff with Jews.
I'd say, of the state. It's like Queens or the Bronx. It's like one borough of the state that's doing this shit. Everybody else goes, what the fuck? You know?
Nobody wants the war anymore. Nobody wants it except Iran. And anybody that got their money in, which they get plenty of it right now, thanks to us. And it's not only that God plays both sides in a war, so does America. We want this. We got a pier going up there outside of Gaza. Do you think the Israelis want that? Hell no. But we're building a pier.
No. You know why they don't want it? Because it lowers the property taxes. It's going to lower the property taxes. That area is not under war. You're regular what? Florida coast.
Yeah, I don't understand building a pier for aid to Gaza. Do we give aid to the Japs during the war, or the Germans for that matter?
No.
But we're gonna aid them. So anyway, that's I guess enough on that. But just the things that people are saying, and I'm glad to see with that Christians and Jews could stand up against really stupid kids. These kids don't even know what they're protesting at the time.
I laughed like hell when what is it, Ilian or whatever her stupid name is. Her daughter got kicked off of Columbia because she goes to the other college. She was over there and they threw her out of her dorm and everything and closed everything off to her. I don't know where I'm going to go home. I don't know what I'm going to eat. It's like, you dumbass, call your mom and have her come pick your dumb ass up. It's not like she ain't got the money to do it.
She's 21. I hear a lot of people.
God.
Laura Loomer. I like Laura Loomer. I like Ben Shapiro. I like them, but a lot of these people are just out of their mind. Maybe their their judgment is clouded because of obviously they're Zionists. But I mean, to call these college kids Hamas supporters or to call these college kids like terrorists.
That one is.
They're drugged out of their mind liberals. They're teeny boppers.
Ilian Omar's daughter is. Sorry.
Even her daughter is a bimbo. Okay, the daughter's a bimbo. I've seen her.
Like I said, I don't know where I'm going to go. I can't go home. I can't eat. Call your mother, you idiot. You're 21. Hi.
Well, that's what goes to my point. These people are helpless. These are teeny boppers who have no clue about how the world works. And you got people like Laura Loomer and Ben Shapiro saying, well, these people are Hamas terrorists and you got to just arrest them and put them in prison for the rest of their life. They're teeny bop. They don't know what the hell. They don't know what world they're in. They don't even.
It don't matter. If 9/10 is a law, is 9/10 a law. You're ignorant of it and don't know. Oh well.
Speech. I mean.
Oh yeah. You go to jail.
I mean, what are they doing? That's called. What's they doing, Rosalie?
And they should. And they should too.
There's only 10% of these people are students, and that's like the same basic ratio at UCLA as well. These are paid. I mean, look at the tents are all the same. Their backpacks are all the same, brand new, fresh out of the box. I know.
That's why I said they need to go to jail.
These aren't. But you get enough turkeys to start gabbling together, and like John was saying, they're all going to start. They have no clue what they're and they're going to regret it. That's going to come back on.
Yeah, these people, they got people asking them questions. What are you here protesting for? Oh, I don't know. I was just told to come here. You're going to call that a terror?
Get out of my face.
They're not terrorists. I saw that. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous that the mass hysteria and people is using this as a way to destroy our rights as Americans. They want to take away even more rights. They're using as ways to ban speech, criminalizing anti-Semitism. I don't care if people are chanting from the river to the sea, well, Palestine would be free. I don't give a shit. That's free speech. I mean, does it have?
Speaking of free speech, real quick, I'm gonna since YouTube, I'm just gonna end it right here because if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know why. YouTube, you censored 3 of my posts. Every time I posted factual historical evidence in a debate, you erased it 3 times in a day. So here you go.
If they're erasing your posts, let's get out of there.